In this video, I'm going to teach you all the very basic startups that you need to take note of as a beginner from scratch in Python programming. So to do so, I'm going to cover the following: the print function, integers, strings, the input function, before I conclude. What is a print function? A print function is the most basic tool used to execute many, if not all, of your code in Python. It may be in other programming languages too. So just the word can tell, the print function comes with the word print. And a set of two round curly brackets just like this, in which case if you miss either one of those two curly brackets, you get an error. So in simpler terms, the print function is just a way of letting a computer talk. So sometimes the print function is interchangeably used with the return function. But for now, I will focus more on the print function. So suppose you want to print a number. So up to now, you've seen that with the print function, you can be able to write anything you want. So suppose you want to print someone's birthday using the print function. So using the print function, you simply type in the print, and in curly brackets, you write 1970. Then 1970 is printed on the console. So there are a lot of things that you can do with the print function, as you may see. In this case, we have printed a number, but in Python, numbers are called integers. So there are a lot of things that you can do with integers in Python. You can do a lot like subtracting, like for example, finding the actual age of this person using the print function. You can print 2022 minus 1970 and close the curly brackets. And running this, you get 52 years. So there are a lot of things that you can do with the print function on integers, like multiplying. By running this, we are supposed to be getting 15. So let's see. Here is the number. So if you don't want these previous codes to run, you can also use what we can comment it out using the hash key. So suppose you want to subtract 3 from 10 using the print function. So up to now, you've seen that you can do a lot of things with the print function. But don't worry for now, because I'm going to cover a lot about integers in detail when I'm teaching you about modules of Python. The reason you should subscribe to this channel, so that when I upload a video tutorial, you'll be able to receive that video. So what is a string or strings in Python? So in the last chapter, you have learned how to print out numbers, subtract them, multiply them, or even add. So you may be wondering if there is any way to deal with words, sentences, or even characters in this particular Python programming language. So that's its power. So to do with words or characters, you would use a feature called strings. The reason why I've chosen to teach it. So strings in Python refers to textual data or set of characters. So let's see live examples. So using the print function, if you want to print a name, you use the print function, but this time with double or single quote. Suppose you want to print someone's name, Aisha, you use double quotes. So that's the difference between a string and an integer. So let's dive into PyCharm. So with the print function, you can print someone's name and you in quotes. So let's print Aisha. Running this, you get Aisha on the console. So that's the power of strings. You can even write some statements. Suppose want to say hello universe. Running this. And you get hello universe on the console. You can even write or ask a question using the print function. Suppose how old running this. How old are you? So you may be wondering how you are going to answer this question in Python. So that's the power of Python. In Python, you can do anything, you can do everything. So that's what you're going to learn in the next episode. The reason you should subscribe to this channel. So I'm trying to make it basic so that in the next chapters I will prepare an intermediate course so that when you learn these basic fundamentals, you'll be able to understand the next episodes or the next chapters as an intermediate. So in the last chapter, you learned how to print out names, greet someone, and even asking out questions. So you have seen that you can do a lot of things in Python. But if we answer that last question, well, let me clear out this code above, and let's run this code. So if we answer that question, of course not. So you may be wondering, how then are you going to answer such kind of questions? Because it would be weird not answering questions. But for now, I got you covered. It's not weird anymore. Because it is the reason why I am teaching you this lesson. How to answer such kind of questions. Suppose there's someone you want to ask a question and you want a space for him or her to provide such kind of answers to your question. So get yourself prepared for this. So unlike the print function, the input function mainly involves dealing with strings. Thereby, it is used for prompting the user to provide some information to us. For example, if you need someone's name, someone's birthday, you have to use this input function. So just like the print function, the input function comes with the word input and a set of two curly brackets, and within those two curly brackets there are quotes. in which as a string you input your question to the user. So up to now, you have also discovered that a function in Python can be denoted by those two set of curly brackets, these ones. So the power of the print of the input function is that it gives the user or a user a room to provide an answer to the question we have asked him or her. So without wasting much of your time, let's dive into PyCharm. So the last time we tried to prompt our user to provide his or her name, or in fact the age, using the print function. Of course, as you can see, just because the question is a string, it was printed on the console. But was the user be able to provide that answer? So let's see, we haven't tried that time. So if you're following along with me, I want you to go on the console, on the question which was printed, click on there and try to type in something. So my keyboard is just stuck, which means I'm not able to provide an answer. So is the user. So just because it is a question doesn't mean it automatically executes the way we do it in real life. So it's different in Python. So Python comes with a built-in algorithm of handling this type of operations. That is the input function. So using the input function to prompt the user, so using the input function to prompt the user or ask the user to provide a name, of course, a tag. You type in, so let's type in, you simply add input, then let's try to input some semicolons and a space there. Then try to run the program. So you have seen that semicolon has been printed. So let's try, how old are you? So in my case, let me just type 1840. So as you can see, 1840 has been printed on the console. So unlike with the print function, we failed to provide that answer. So that is the power of the input function. So there are a lot of operations that you can do with the input function, which I'm going to explore in the next coming chapters. So in the next episode, you see what we can do with that age that we got. Later on coming chapters, you will see how we are going to convert this from being a string, from being a word, to an integer, to numbers. So this is the reason I consider you to subscribe to this channel. And I also consider you to comment in the section below and leave a like. So thanks for watching.